Right, let's try this again. Third time lucky. Yes! Hello guys, and welcome back to another video on the 143. So, a few bits going on tonight. We're going to be making this last heater hose, coolant pipe, whatever you want to call it. Just goes from there to there, easy enough job. We can then start to fill this coolant system up with coolant and see if it holds, see if we've got any leaks. Also, we're hoping to get a drum of diesel on the back of here, get the fuel pipes put into that and see if we can get it started. Obviously get the coolant system pressurised, get the truck run back up to temperature for the first time in months. So fingers crossed this thing will start and run. We've had Tom in today cracking on with the prep on this underlift and this lifting gear, all the rams and everything. As you can see, he's been making some headway, getting all this sort of stuff prepped up. He started to prep these winches. We do need to replace these again. Still can't find them. Help me out here, guys. Do we know where we can get these from? Drop us some comments, please, if you know where we can acquire some of these. The other side's just as bad, so we need two of them. Been rubbing down all these booms. The rams, same again around here. All these winch brackets, all been nail gunned, got all the loose, flaky, rusty stuff off them. This ram as well, he's starting to prep, just working his way up that. Bit of a dent in this box on here that wants knocking out. Hopefully he'll get around to that tomorrow. He's not started on the back end yet, but hopefully that will be coming next. We actually pulled these chains out of here to find that these are heavily corroded, so we don't think them are going to be fit for purpose anymore. I certainly wouldn't like to trust them, so at some point in the future we are going to look to get these out and get some new chains fastened in there. I also need to get these brackets off and get these straightened up so I can get this top tray ready to go on there. I might end up jumping on that this evening. I've got Glenn coming down today giving me a lift tonight, so he's going to jump back on with this now, double man it, and hopefully we can get some decent progress made. Right guys, let's get cracking. I'm going to start off, I'm going to get this coolant hose made. Let's get to it. So that's that done. New pipe installed, new clips. On to the next bit. Right, so we've got this now full of coolant. The good news is there isn't any leaks, surprisingly. So that's now holding coolant. We managed to get this bracket straightened up and bolted back on, which this cover plate now will bolt on top of here. Obviously this is all going to be painted. We've pulled out some wiring, done a little bit more tidying up there. So what we're going to do next, hopefully, is go for a start up on this, but before we do that, we need to get these stop cables back on, which is currently being a bit of a pain. So we're trying to get these back in now, so at least if it does start, we can turn it off. Right, so we've got temporary drum of diesel on the back. We've got it powered up for a little bit, there's no smoke, everything looks okay so far. Jump pack is on, powered up. Bit of a nervous Glenn.
Very nervous.
Right, so let's see, we've got ignition. We've got ignition. Will it start? There we go. That jump pack got juice in. Let's try that again. You ready?
Yeah.
Not enough juice.
What gear is it?
Right, let's try this again. Third time lucky. Just not got the oomph. Right, so a bit of a redneck fix going on now. That jump pack just doesn't have the juice in it. So I've got a couple of batteries linked up, some jump leads and all sorts of stuff. So let's try again, fourth time lucky. See if it works this time. Yes! Alive! So we're going to have a go at taking this front bumper off now. Now I've no idea how much this damn thing weighs, but we're guessing quite a lot. Now the stack strut we've got only lifts a ton, I think, or a ton and a half, something like that. And we're not sure whether that weighs more than that. So what we're going to do, just to be safe, is we're going to put a couple of jacks under each end and get the stacker in the middle while we take the bolts out of this bumper and then start to lower the jacks down and see how the stacker reacts to the weight. Hopefully we can get this thing off because it doesn't sit straight. I've mentioned this before. It's sloped down slightly. It's sort of sagging and it's just really annoying. We want to try and do something with this. Try and possibly cut some holes out in here and put some flush fit spotlights or something like that in it. We're not entirely sure yet. But anyway, we're going to have a go at this. Try and get this off. See what happens. lifting like the weight of the full front in it, so it's like it'll take the weight of that bumper. Only one way of finding out.
Well, product placement.
It's really bizarre. Did it help?
No. Thanks, Andy. Oh, stop squeaking there.
No, it's helping now, what? Some more?
So you're going back under?
Don't need to now.
Aye?
Don't need to now. Well, there's not a £600 snap on going under it though. That'd just be silly.
I know. It was 8.
So I won't count the battery.
Neither was I. Is the gun still under there?
Yeah. Right, so we're on to the last bolt. Right, so that is the front bumper off. Actually not as difficult as we thought it was going to be. So we can now get in here, clean all this up and make all this a lot nicer than it is, replace some of this pipe work, make it a lot easier to sort the air leaks as well, because there is a couple of air leaks down there somewhere. So much better access to that now. There's the bumper. So the issue is, you can see that gap there, that's where the bumper's pulled away from this bracket, so we now need to somehow figure out getting this to close back up, and we're probably going to weld this round here as well. rather than it just being supported on these bolts, just for a bit more security and stop this pulling and sagging and doing this same thing again. So there we have it, one bumper removed. So there we have it. A few more jobs done tonight. She now runs, fires up straight off first flick of the key, bumpers off. We now rework this and do what we need to do with it. We've pulled one of these caps off and it's actually full of metal shot, which is all this kind of stuff. So we're probably going to end up emptying this bumper, take all this shot out of it, and we'll end up having this filled with concrete, I would have thought, double density concrete, just so it's a bit more sturdy, but we'll have a think on that anyway. So there we go. Anyway, it's now 1 o'clock in the morning. We've both had enough. Decent bit of progress for this evening. We're going to leave this one here. Hope you enjoyed the video. Smash that subscribe button, give us a share, give us a like, drop us some comments. We'll see you all in the next one.